Hi guys, it's Mary Jo from MaryjoesCreations, and it is Vlogmas Day 25. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning. It literally is Christmas morning for me. I did say in yesterday's video that I would be making this video yesterday, but I was invited to go somewhere and I went. So we're here filming this video in the morning. And it's not too early, but it's early enough. And I just want to show you, I'm going to start with showing you the things that are finished. Some, as you know, I don't have anymore, like the kids' Christmas hat, the 2 blankets, the hat and the scarf, and there were, I think, I made a hat last night, but I gave that away as a Christmas present, so I don't have that to show you, and I honestly didn't even take a picture, so I wasn't thinking about it, but anyway, I am going to show you real quick the stuff that we finished. I believe I have it all here. I think everything is here. I feel like I'm missing something, but I honestly have no idea at this point. I am so exhausted, y'all. I can't. And in no way is this in order. But let's start here, okay? I don't remember what order I did what, to be quite honest with you. At this point, y'all probably know better than I have if you've watched my videos, but I don't. But here's the cardigan I made, the child's cardigan. And I think it came out so cute. I do have to weave in the ends, but yeah, that's going to happen off camera with everything during my break. And I did make this hat. I made my Santa hat, which it doesn't match my outfit right now, but we're going to put it on anyway. Okay. There we go. All right. We made this centerpiece, which I'm going to go put on my table. And these coasters were, I believe, already made. I just had to tie in the ends, if I'm not mistaken. I made this one in the beginning. And I am going to make coasters for this. Probably during my break. I'm not sure, but I am making coasters for this. And, I mean, I know these are fall colors, but I wouldn't mind having this on my table all year round. I'm thinking of actually making, like, a full set. Making, like, some dish towels in these colors. And, you know, some coasters in actual squares, which I think would be kind of cool. But we have that one. And we did make this little triangle shawl out of the leftover, triangle, out of the leftover yarn that I had. This was one of the projects that whips that I wanted to finish, and I did that. I still don't know if I'm going to leave this as like a bandana or like a little neck scarf, or if I'm going to get some more yarn and turn it into a full-blown shawl. That is something we can discuss after. And if you remember in the beginning, I did make all these cup cozies. So we have this one. I don't know if you could see them very well, but my tripod is broken and I can't have it on the table in order for you to see it. So I have it up and it's far away. That one, that one, that one, that one. And in the end, we're going to count all of them so we can see how many items we have. We finished these 3 bookmarks. And these 2 little, I guess, keychains, or if you want to hang them on your purse or whatever. We just have to put these little hooks on them, but they're finished. They're finished. I can't. I made this cuff. I made this cuff. I do have one more cuff that I made that's in my room, but I'm not going to get it now. It's red and white. Then we're going to go into the squares. We have this one. I believe these 2 were already done, right? Those 2 were already finished. We made this one and this one during Vlogmas. And then we made, I forget, one of them was already done, but we made that one. No, I believe that one was the, no, okay. We made that one. And we made that one. And this is the one that was already done. So for certain counting purposes, we're going to leave them on the side for right now. And these were all made during Vlogmas. That one. That one. I love the way these came out. I can't wait to do the rest of them. I might film it. Maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll see. And then, besides the blankets, the biggest project of all, here. Can you see that? I'm going to see if I can take a picture of all of these on my round table and like put them all out and take a picture as my thumbnail so you can see. I still can't believe I've done 50 squares, but I know you've seen them all, so I'm just going to go by them quickly. I think they are all beautiful in their own way. Here's that one. And then we have that one. And that one. And that one. So that's 10. So that's 10. We're going to put them in piles of 10. All right. And then we got that one. 2. Let's start counting now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 20, right? This stack of 10 and this stack of 10. That's 20. 30. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. So that's 50 squares. I'm still shocked that I made 50 squares, 50 granny squares. On top of everything else that I've done, I think it's absolutely insane. But I did it. And I'm just like stacking them up nice and neat. Just give me a second. So that is 50 squares, right? Okay. We have 50 squares. Let me put these right there for right now. 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 and 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, and the red and white one is 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. I think we weaved in the ends on these, we're just going to leave it at 83. And then we have the two blankets, so 83, 84, 85, the scarf and the hat, 86, 87, the other Santa hat, 87, 88, and am I forgetting something? Now I feel like I'm forgetting. Did I say the scarf and the hat? I, for the life of me, cannot remember. Oh, and the hat that yeah, that's right. And the hat that I made yesterday, that makes, did I say 80, 89? Let's say between 88 and 89 and 90. I think it's 90. 90 projects, 90 whips, 90 finished items. And then I started this hat yesterday at the party after I finished the other one. And we have these two pieces that are started. Now I am going to finish this. I'm not going to leave this. I'm going to finish this before while I'm on my break. And then this hat for my friend. We are going to finish that. But as far as I believe I'm right. I believe it was 90 items that I made during Vlogmas. So I did make something else. But that was something for me, and that I'm not going to show, but at least not right now. But let's say I made 90 items, and I don't know, I'm on the fence. Like, I think that 90 items is a lot, but at the same time, I don't feel like I did a lot, because maybe they're not like, these squares, they're not complete. The squares themselves are completed, but the project itself is not completed. So because of that, I'm like on the fence as to, did I really do a lot? You let me know if you think that I did a lot this Vlogmas, or if I, could have done better. If you thought that I did more or less of what I did, let me know in the comment section. I would really love to know. But I'm not sure. I'm very tired. Now that I have all this finished with you, I'm going to... You've seen everything that I've made so far, and everything that's halfway done. And before we end this video, we are going to have a little chat, just not in here, because I'm tired and I want to sit down. So I will see you in a few seconds, and we could round out Vlogmas and chat for just a little bit. I'll see you in just a minute. Or technically just a few seconds for you. Okay, guys. So we're back in my room right now. And I just wanted to close out the video, say a few words, and just talk a little bit. I really did enjoy Vlogmas, even though I am completely and utterly exhausted. It did take a lot out of me, but I'm also glad that I did it. It taught me a lot. Every time I started editing the next video, I learned a little bit more, and I like that. I like that I was able to sharpen my skills a little bit, and now I know that if I can do a video a day, I should have no problem doing 3 videos a week. And I do want to do some more. I'm not really big on shorts, but I think I might start doing a few more. At least you know, put them out twice a week. I don't know. It all depends. But I know that, you know, this is too much for me. And doing a vlog every day, that's not, you know, that's once a year I'm willing to do it, because I will definitely be doing it again next year. And, you know, I was also toying around with the fact, with the idea of doing like a Christmas. I know they do Christmas in July and in YouTube, but I was thinking of probably doing that, and that's when I would start doing or do as many Christmas projects as I can. I'll try and get, like, you know, here and there, get the yarn for whatever Christmas ideas or projects that I might want to do, because I already have those. I want to make a tree skirt for my tree next year. I want to have a tree skirt. I want to have stockings made, and there's a few more things. I would like to make another, you know, Christmas cardigan, although I'm going to finish the one that I started. It's right here next to me. That's the next thing I'm going to work on today. Most likely I might work on something else. But I just wanted to get this hat finished because I started this in the car. No, actually, the one I started in the car yesterday, I finished in the car. And I gave it as a Christmas present yesterday, last night. So I was happy with that. And during, like, towards the end of the party, when, you know, all the kids were opening their Christmas presents, I essentially made this much, minus this row, because I just finished that row, but it was like halfway already. So I think it was like, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So I believe that I had 8 rows finished. And I just have to do 8.5 rows finished. And now I have 9. So these, I don't know. I don't think this yarn, I don't know if I have any more of this. I can always go check in my room, but this skein, in this yarn, this skein normally gives me one, like, fitted beanie, where there's, like, it just, like, goes, it covers your head. That's it. There's no real give to it. Like, no slouchiness is what I'm trying to say. Or at least I know that's what the other one that I made yesterday, it was like that, and it was made with the yarn from Hobby Lobby. It was also thick like this, but it was Hobby Lobby, and I think that had less yarn. So I think this one has more yardage. I have the label, I just don't know where it is right now, and not for nothing, I really don't care. But I think that I have enough in this skein to finish this hat. I normally do like to do at least 10 rounds for, like, the more fitted beanies. And then, you know, if I wanted to be a little taller or, you know, be really slouchy, then I'll add, like, more rows. But especially for this thick yarn, I like doing like the shorter beanies instead of the real like the real big slouch beanies, because those I use because I have a lot of hair. I have long hair. And I like those slouch beanies because I can tuck my hair into it. So I like it a little bit, you know, deeper than normal for a slouch beanie so that I can tuck all my hair in. But those I like to do with the regular 4-weight yarn, because doing it with these, it'll be way too heavy. And so, I mean, if they're like a little bit taller, like maybe 11 rows or something like that, or 12 rows, and then the brim that I do, then that's, I think, fine. I mean, I don't think I've ever tried it, but, oh no, I have. And that's not that heavy. But, and actually, I think I might be able to do 12 with this one. The other one only gave me 10 rounds of the granny stitch, and then I think it was two rounds of half double crochet and 2 rounds of single. So this one I think can give me 12 rounds of the granny stitch. But anyway, I won't do much more than that with this yarn because, again, it gets heavy. So, you know, I don't want to make the hat too heavy. But I do make the longer ones in 4-weight yarn. And so, you know, I started this, and I think it was like an hour. A little over an hour, maybe. And I wasn't like really like crocheting fast, you know, because it was just something to keep my hands busy while I was watching all the kids open the presents. So it's not something that I was really flying through. The hat in the car took me about an hour and 15 minutes, it was, yeah, about an hour and a half in the car. So that wasn't bad. And again, I wasn't kind of rushing either. I mean, I was a little bit, but not really, because, you know, I could have always finished it there, but I wanted to see if I could make a hat on the car ride, and I did. I made a whole hat. And that's what I did yesterday. And so I want to finish up this hat, and I know I went on another little rant, and I'm sorry. But I do have some things that I want to do over my break. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to take both weeks off. I might take the rest of this week off and next week off and start posting in the new year. I don't know. It honestly depends on how much rest I can get. But I will say that I do have quite a few plans for next year. And like I said, for July, I do want to have my yarn picked out for Christmas stuff, and, you know, do some Christmas items that I want for around the house. Probably make myself another cardigan, so that way I have 2 in probably a different style. The stockings, the tree skirts, and some more Santa hats. I want to make lots and lots of Santa hats, so that next year, hopefully, I can have a bunch of Santa hats on my website. and that is my goal. But for the most part, next year, I want to focus on growing my inventory and, learning some new things. Probably try and write a pattern. And I know I've said this in previous videos during Vlogmas that I will be making a list, and that will be one of my first videos of the year. Doing a full recap of this year, not just of this month. And, what I hope for next year. But I think that I did really good this month. And, well, I'll say we, because you know what? I think I've picked up most of my new subscribers during Vlogmas. And that's another reason why I'm very glad that I did it. I did, a lot of you did join me during Vlogmas, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for all of you. I think that and the 50 squares of Vlogmas was my greatest achievement. And I will be putting that blanket together. I have to sew in all the ends first, so I might do that maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But I will be doing that. And then I also will be, let me see, I think this is going to be the last round of Granny Stitch, because I'm running very low. And maybe the last one should have been the last one, but that's okay. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And so now I'm going to, I have this much left. And I'm hoping that that much will give me at least 2 rounds of half double crochet and 1 round or 2 rounds of single crochet. But we will see. I am starting my half doubles now. And I will let you know before we end this video how this hat looks. But I really am truly grateful for all of you and all of you new subscribers that found me. And I hope you like it here, and I hope you stick around. We have a lot more coming next year. And there's still a few videos that I wanted to make during Vlogmas that I didn't get to make. But I will be making them, like counting all my labels. And putting together the blanket, because I will be filming that. And there's a bunch of fun videos too. I do have other Granny Square projects that you know, if you've been watching all my Vlogmas videos, you know about those. The scrap squares, the other ones from the big blanket that I'm making in the living room. And I do want to finish those. I want to also finish the whips that I have started. And there's just a lot to come. And on top of all of that, you know, I want to learn how to do some new patterns, new styles. Well, write some new patterns and learn some new styles. So there's quite a few cardigans, different styles that I've seen, and that I would like to do something close to it. If you know, I'm a really big fan of, you know, taking inspiration, but making something a little bit different to, you know, be more me. And I want to keep doing that. There are quite a few things that I have saved on my Pinterest page for inspiration, and just a few things in my head that, I've seen, whether it was, someone who was wearing it in a photo or, random stuff that I've just seen here and there that I want to learn how to recreate and teach myself how to recreate it. And there's also some things that I made during this year that I want to either redo for myself because it needed a little adjusting and I want to make sure it's right before, I go any further. And there are some that I made for myself that I want to recreate to put up on my website, like my my pocket bag, and things like that. There's a bunch of things. I have so many ideas in my head. Most of them are written down, and some that aren't written down, they are like, I have the inspiration for them on my Pinterest, like I said. And it's just going to be, this year's going to be a little bit different for me than last year, because last year was basically learning from, scratch, trying to figure out how to make wearables and bags and all of that. That was my true learning process. And now that I have a lot of the basics down and, have rough measurements of certain things, I think that it'll be a lot easier now to go off of that and create something a little bit different. And I can't wait to see, because, honestly, most of it is as much of a surprise to me as it will be for you. Because if we've seen a lot of times, like, things don't come out exactly as I want them to, but that always usually happens for the best. And, again, I want to recreate some things like this tote up here. I would love to recreate this tote here, because this was like my first tote, and when I recreate it, I'll show it, but there's like a seam in here because I did not know what I was doing, and I was learning as I went, and I didn't, at that time, even think of crocheting the handle directly onto the back, which is what I do now, where it makes it one solid piece, and there's no stitching or anything like that. So, there's things like that. So I think that we do have a very exciting year coming up. And once we really get into the groove of things, we are going to do videos of like how many labels how many skeins have I used in a month and stuff like that. And there's quite a few things that I want to do. So I truly hope that, everyone, all of y'all stick around and go on this journey with me, because this is a journey. And this is only going to be my second year. It's my third year crocheting, my second year of actually making a lot of different items, whether it's bags or clothes, sweaters. I want to do another raglan, but in a little, I started it already, but a little bit different than this, and I can't wait to see how that turns out. So, and along the way, I will be sharing, little things that I do. I wouldn't say teach, and, like, if you end up learning something from me, that's wonderful. That's awesome. That's the whole goal of this. But I'm not going to say I'm necessarily going to be teaching, because I don't think I'm, experienced enough, qualified enough to teach anyone. What I can do and what I will do is talk to you about what I learned, what things I do differently from how I've seen that I couldn't figure out. So, you know, I altered it to a way where I could understand it. And I will be sharing a lot of that, especially as I start recreating some items that, you know, need to be cleaned up a little bit, like that tote. And, you know, the way I do my hats. I don't know if everyone does their hats like this. I really don't watch a lot of tutorials. But the few that I've seen, again, all I really get is like the basics. Like for this one, I did watch a tutorial about how to make a beanie. I watched a few. I cannot remember whose they were at the moment, but I did watch a few. But really, all I got out of it was, you know, like how many rounds to do the increase, and then how many rounds stay the same, how far down you go, just information like that. But for the most part, honestly, it's, you know, I don't follow what they do because, again, it's just a little too not only confusing at times, but a little more overcomplicated than I think it needs to be. And again, I'm just doing what feels comfortable to me. And I do turn my work, which a lot of people don't. And just little things like that. And if you want to come and, you know, learn with me and grow with me and figure things out with me and chat with me, then this is, you know, I would love you to join this channel and subscribe, and you can watch me go on this journey and go on this journey with me. And I am almost done with this hat. I think I did 2. Okay. I did 2 rounds of half double crochet. And this is just like how I like to do my brims. I don't like to do ribbing for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is that, and which is funny because it's one of the main reasons that people do ribbing, which is it gives it a more stretchiness to it. The thing is that with over time, I think it stretches too much. And this way, it does have a stretch, but it does have give. But not enough to where after a while it'll be too stretchy. And again, that's just my personal opinion. But if you like this method, you can try it. Or if you've never made this, use this method on a hat, you can try it and see what you think. And you can always leave me comments. And again, like, I don't think I'm going to be doing tutorials or writing any patterns out anytime soon, but I can let you know what I do and how I do it. And once I start getting everything, you know, I don't know if I'll have enough to do another round of single crochet. Do you want to see if I do? You want to try it? I don't think so. I do think, though, that I have a little bit of scrap left from this material, and if I do, I can always add it on, but... And then I'm going to show you what it looks like, too. Right? Now, I turn it because I just find it easier that way, because I do turn my work, so... But, anyway... I don't think this is going to be enough. But we are going to finish this off, and then regardless, I will show you, and if I do have to tie a little bit on, I'll do that later. And I'm sorry if sometimes I don't look at you. It's just that I'm very tired. and I really do have to focus on my stitches. But again, I just want to say thank y'all so much. And I really do hope everybody who has come to my channel stays here. And hopefully there will be more people who find my channel. And I just hope that I can help someone along the way. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. We're almost done. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. And I hope you enjoyed your holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. And I also want to give a special Merry Christmas to those of you who just subscribed yesterday and the day before, and to the first person that really started commenting and being my friend. Merry Christmas, Peggy, and I hope you and your family, you're in my thoughts, and I hope everything gets a little easier for you. And this is the end of Vlogmas, everybody. End of Vlogmas for 2025. Oh, hold on. Do I? Oh my God, do I? No, it's too good to be true. Look at that. I don't think I'll be able to do it. No. Oh my God, 2 stitches left. Okay. Well, I can always tie on a little bit just to get that finished, but this is what this one looks like. So this one would be like a little more slouchy for me to tuck my hair in. And this is what it looks like. See, it's a little slouchy back here. And you can tuck your hair right in, or you can even leave it like this if you want. And this is one of my favorite style hats to make because, again, it's not too big, but it is big enough if I wanted to tuck all my hair in. And, you see these, like, you think, and I've had people say this to me, even yesterday, that you see these little gaps from the granny stitch, and you think that it's not going to be warm. But trust me, these are some of the warmest hats that I've ever worn, like this style of hat, where I don't, like, my head doesn't get overheated because there is a little ventilation and just enough to cool your head down so you don't sweat. But trust me, you will not feel cold in this hat at all. And I got a lot of compliments on this hat design yesterday, and it brings me joy. And I hope I bring some of you joy. So thank you very much for joining me for Vlogmas. And I will be seeing you soon. When? I'm not sure yet. But I promise it won't be too long. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the year. And a Happy New Year. And I will see you all next year. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to see, stick around for a little while, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the little thumbs up and give it a like. And you can also hit that bell and it'll let you know when I'm on. And I also have a Facebook page and a Instagram page and Threads. And I'm going to try and be extremely more consistent in the coming year, and hopefully by the time it gets to Vlogmas next year, I won't be overwhelmed and forget to post on Facebook and Instagram. And you can always check and see what items I have up on my website, MaryjoesCreations.com. And I am Maryjoes Creations across the board. So, thank you all so much for watching. I think I might go take a nap. Maybe. Lie down. Maybe. See y'all next year. Bye, guys.